Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, and in this video I will be showing you how you can create a really simple table lamp. So for this video I have already opened up this A4 size document and renamed it to table lamp. So when we open this, we see this one first layer automatically comes up. Right, so I will be dividing the illustration into two parts. First will be the lamp shade and the second one will be its stand. Right, so to do that, the first I will rename this first layer. I'll double click on this and name it to shade, and to create a new layer I will click on this icon which says create new layer and double click on this again and write stand. So the first things we want to do is to create the shade, right? So to do that, we'll go over here to this shape tool and select the rectangle tool, and I do not require any fill, so I'll remove that by clicking on none and just click and drag my mouse to create a small rectangle like that. Okay, like this. But I want this edge and this edge to be a little on the inside, right? So it will have a narrow top and a much more broader bottom, right? So that's, you've seen typically how that the shades are like that, right? So I'll go over here to this direct selection tool and click on this anchor point. So by clicking on shift and selecting the right arrow key from my keyboard, I'll bring it in once, twice, thrice and 4 times. Similarly on the other side, I'll select this anchor point, and notice if you select just one anchor point, it gets filled in with blue color and the rest of the anchor points are still in white. Right? I'll do the same thing on this anchor point as well. Bring it in once, twice, thrice and 4 times. Right? Now I just want to make this 2 anchor points a little bit more broader. So I'll select this anchor point, click on shift, and this time I'll use the left arrow key to bring it outwards once, twice, thrice. Similarly on the other anchor point, clicking on shift and right arrow key to bring it out once, twice, thrice. And there you go. So I just want to make this anchor point and that anchor point a little bit more rounded. To do that, I'll select this anchor point, click on shift to select the other anchor point, and notice these 2 circles comes up. So this will actually help us to make our edges more rounded. I'll select one of these anchor point, this circle, and bring it in inwards a little like that. And similarly on this anchor point and that anchor point, I'll make the edges a little bit more rounded like that. Okay, so this looks good. So let's add some more designs to it. Let's add some stripes. So I'll go back here to this rectangle tool and make one rectangle like that, and I'll just make this a little bit more smaller, more narrow, I mean, like that. Okay, so let's get this inside, right? I select this anchor point and just get it inside like that. Similarly with this one, and just make this rounded like that to make it, to align it like approximately like that. Similarly on the other side, I'll bring it inwards. Select this. Like that. No, wait, that's a little too curved. Just to match it approximately like that. And adjust it. There you go. Okay. So let's fill it in with colors as well. I'll select the main body and fill it in with dark blue. Select this one, this line that we just made, and fill it in with yellow. I'll select these two again and I'll remove the stroke like that. So this looks good so far. So let's go ahead and make the table stand as well. So I'll just make a lock on the shade so that I do not accidentally make any changes. I'll come here on the stand. I'll remove the fill and make sure that the stroke is black again. Okay. So, but before I make the stand, I would like to make the shade a little bit more bigger, right? So it looks a little too small for me. I'll come back here with the shade option, select this, and then just drag it upwards like that. And probably a little bit more from the bottom, like that. Okay, looks good. I'll lock the shade, come back to the stand, unlock this, and make sure that the stroke is black. And let's go ahead. So I'll go over here to this rectangle tool and I'll make a stand over here like that, and probably another rectangle going across like that. And I want to make some changes. The stand seems to be a little too thick. I'll bring it downwards like that. I'll zoom in onto the stand that I just created and just round the edges a bit. So I'll select this anchor point and that anchor point, and actually no, I'll round these four edges like that. I'll select these and go back to the shape builder tool, and I just want to delete this line and that line, right? To do that, I'll click on Alt and notice how the plus sign changes to minus, and just delete these two lines for now. No, wait. Yeah, I do not require this line as well. Bring this down like that. Select this again, and there's another line that I had to delete, is this one. Cool. Now the only thing left to do is that I need to join this together with this, because I want to also make this point and that point to be curved. So I'll go back here to this tool and choose the join tool, and just move my cursor across the points like I had done just now. Join tool and across. Okay, so if I select this anchor point and that anchor point, I can easily make it rounded like that. Okay, so now I'll unlock this as well. I'll select this and I'll select this, right click, arrange, bring to front, or if that doesn't happen, just drag my layers on top of one another like that, so it becomes into one layer like that. I'll select the stand, and choose a color that needs to be filled. I'll choose a nice brown shade, and I just want to make this a little thinner, a little smaller, like that. Okay. Or probably I will add some gradient to this as well, because this looks a little too flat to me. So click on this gradient tool. So by default, as you can see, that the gradient is white and black. I do not require that. I want some nice gradient happening. So I'll click on this white one and choose a light shade of brown. Go back and select on this black one and select a nice dark brown shade. And I want the highlight to be happening from an angle this time, so that it gives a nice perspective like that. Make the lighter one a little bit more prominent. There you go. So I'll do the same thing. I'll remove the stroke in this, as I do not require that, and done. So now the only thing that's left to do is, I want to add some shadow on this portion right here. Okay, to do that, I'll go over here to this rectangle tool and make sure that the fill is black, and just make one big rectangle like that. Okay, I'll select the entire thing with the rectangle. Go back to the shape builder tool and click on Alt and just drag my mouse across like that. So once this black shade comes in, we have to reduce the opacity as well. To do that, we select this black option, go over here to this transparency, and over here in this opacity, bring it down to 20 and done. Now you can see there is some light and shade to our illustration. So let's go ahead and also save our table lamp illustration. To do that, we go to File, Save As, and you can save it on your desktop, or you can save it in a particular file if you like. So by default, our Save As type will always come up as an Adobe Illustrator file. I highly recommend that we save our files in this format, so that in case if I want to make any changes, I can easily access my Adobe Illustrator file. I let the file name be table lamp the way it is, and click on Save, Illustrator Options, OK, and done. So how do you know that your document has been saved successfully? Just look over here. So right in front of our document that we had saved as table lamp, this new addition comes up which says .ai. So which means it's been successfully saved. And now that we've come to the end of this video, I hope you found this tutorial to be useful, and with a little practice you can make different variations of your table lamp. You can go ahead and play around with the stand or make something as easy and as simple like this one. So thank you for watching and keep practicing.